What's going on, everybody? And welcome to part 63 of my playthrough for Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. It is day 7 of spring. We're pretty good into it. I've changed a couple of things around here. I don't know if I think in the last episode I was talking about me putting some trees up here, but yeah, this whole half of the upper half of the field and up is going to be trees. And at this point, I have so many good quality crops that I'm not even going to be planting more than 2 rows of crops max. I don't think I'm going to need more than that because I have A or S of most crops now. The only thing I don't have A or S of, actually, I think, are watermelon, which is the bottom row here. And I've got 6 across with fertilizer on it right now, so they're all going to come out S at this point. The trees up top, I had a map for this. I just thought to myself, like, I sat down, I got ready to record, and I'm like, okay, I'm all set. And then I completely forgot my map for, I guess, would you call that a map of, I mean, you know, real farmers who have, like, huge fields must have a map to, you know, when they have acres and acres of crops, they must have, like, a map to remember all that. Maybe, I mean, some of them probably remember stuff, but, I mean, it makes sense to have a map, right? I mean, I know this isn't acres and acres, but, which makes me think, is there like a large farming simulator game? Like, I mean, this is a farm life simulator, but is there like a one where there's like large, like real life farming simulator? I bet there is. That'd be kind of cool to play. Probably the kind of thing they should make people take if they're actually going into that kind of field of work. Not that nowadays it seems to be such a good field of work. Usually when you hear about farming lifestyle, it just always sounds so awful. I remember, I know I've said it here before, but I thought having not a farm, but having a small farm when I was younger. Still kind of think it would be a fun idea to have a small one, but I probably wouldn't have the responsibility. Like, I like having, like, you know, a dog and stuff, but I would never want to, like in my current situation, if I wouldn't get myself a dog, you know what I mean? Because I know I wouldn't be able to, well, I wouldn't not be able to, but I wouldn't want the responsibility. I don't want pets and I don't want kids. And it's not that I don't think I can be responsible for them, it's not that I choose not to be. So I'm being very responsible in that regard. I'm a pretty responsible guy. So yeah, the 6 across here, which I'm only showing off today because I don't have too much planned. I just kind of want to make an update now because I haven't made an update for a while. There's just a few things I want to show off and a couple fun things we're going to go do, but other than that, I don't have it's just this whole chapter in these years, they go by pretty slow just because they are the longest, and there's nothing too major going on. When we get to the end of this chapter and in the next chapter, we'll start tackling hybrid crops. Like I said, I've never really done those before. How many more do I have left? 3. They should be it. Yeah, I shouldn't need to put any more fertilizer on them, so perfect. I've actually got 1 left over. I'll just hold on to that then. So that's perfect. Those should all come out S. That should be 6 S watermelon and 6 S tomatoes, and these were already 8 tomatoes. And then these are all regular quality watermelon, which I guess I'm just going to save for cooking. Because to cook dishes, there's no point, as far as I know, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're cooking a dish, there's no point to use an S crop when you have a B crop, because the dish doesn't come out any better. Like, giving them to gifts and selling them, they are more valuable, but they're not worth more to put into a dish, I believe. I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. Okay, got my map. So these 3 right here are going to be peach trees. This one right here is an orange tree. This is going to be a banana tree. I didn't have any more banana seeds, and I'm waiting for my banana trees because my banana trees over there behind the shed, which I'm doing a very good job of showing you, is I think they're going to be ready for this summer coming up next season. So then I'm going to have seeds when I get out of the seed maker, and I'll just plant one here. There's just no point in like spending the extra money when I'm going to have one on my own, you know what I mean? Then we have an apple tree here, and then a grape tree here. And I think what I'm going to do is once these are all flourished and we get into like probably the next year, not the next chapter, but the next year, I'll probably go ahead and put another row down here of like I'll put 1 here. So is this growing? I didn't even... Okay, good. I wasn't sure. I should have moved these up 1 more is what I should have done because for some reason I wasn't sure about planting 1 here. So I took the risk of putting 1 right up against the edge here. So as it turns out, it seems okay. Usually it would say something if it wasn't growing, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay, I'm pretty sure. So you can plant them right next to the edge, and it counts. You know, it doesn't ruin the. You need to have 3 by 3 around the area free. So then I'm gonna put 1 here, here, and then just go from there, and we'll have a another row here, and that'll kind of like take up the space here. But if I, not that I want to have more than 2 more rows, because I've planted so many rows between crops now, I'm pretty set for crops. But if I wanted to, I could always put another row like here, because they can be back to back. I usually just space my rows out like this just to keep things uniform and neat. But yeah, I'll end up having this whole top section for trees, and we'll have all the trees out there, because later in the game, like late game now, it's kind of all about trees. Especially since I've been planting crops the whole time, so my crops are, I mean, I have so many of them, I don't need to be planting rows and rows and rows of other crops. And this is all cut, so I should be all set with my silo. I'll go check out my chickens off screen. Let's go check in the barn, because we've got our new bull, who I think they get bigger than this, don't they? I'm not sure he's full grown. I know he's out of the, he's not a baby anymore, which I found out, thank you, chocolate milk, is just still a calf. But Mugen is fine. I didn't get anyone posting on his name, but and I had been giving chocolate milk S milk. I was gonna say S milk. I had been giving her good fodder along with her food, and we were getting 4 S milk, but then I stopped, and now she's giving us 3 A milk again. So I don't know. I thought it was I didn't think you had to consistently keep giving it to her. I thought you gave it to her and it was pretty good for a while, and then eventually it went back down to normal. But it seemed to go back down almost immediately, so that was kind of unfortunate. But I've been taking her milk and I've been turning it into good butter, which fetches 300 per good butter, so that just kind of seems to be the best option for money-wise. Not that I'm like dying for money. The only thing I'm really spending any of my money on is fertilizer, which I'm gonna stop pretty soon, and then probably come, I don't think I'm gonna do it this chapter, just because I'm sort of trying to save up. My goal was to get the milking room by the end of this chapter, which is 2 whole years from now. But once we're all good with, oh wow, I was just out here and now my tomatoes all grew up. That's funny. But once we do that, I'm going to start going through systematically on my trees. Once all the trees are planted, I'm all done with crops. I'm not going to be putting any more fertilizer on crops. I'm going to start buying 30 fertilizer at a time, and I'm just going to start over the course. I think you have to wait, I think you can get 2 in a day if I'm doing it correctly. I'm pretty sure. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know how much fertilizer I can get on a tree in a day. But I'm just going to start going from like top to bottom, go here, here, there, and just go through all my trees and make all of my trees S quality trees. I think 30 would get it to S. 30 either gets it to A or S. Either way, that's pretty good. Regular seeds fetch such a high price that you don't really need to make them better, but I am going to make them better. Though to be honest, by the time we actually get to A or S quality fruits, I mean fruits still count as crops, right? Are crops fruits too, or are those just vegetables? They're everything, right? I mean, crops can be anything. Yeah, I'm tired. You have to cut me some slack. And Eba is dirty. Even though it doesn't even, you know, it's kind of, you know what would be interesting? This is just coming to me right now. You know, I really hate it when I go into the tool shed and I already have the tool on me, what I need. And it's sad because I never need to put the tools away, but it would be really cool if you could actually, I like how you get a horse just kind of by surprise, even though it's like a staple in the Harvest Moon series to my knowledge. I can't think of a game you don't not get a horse. Maybe the first one? Maybe 64? I can't remember. I've always wanted to play those, and you know what? I someday will, he says after playing this one for far too many years. It's a great game, don't get me wrong, and I don't know if I could have probably been playing any other game this long like this, but I do plan to play other Harvest Moon games in the future. Most likely, if I play something again, it'll be Magical Melody next, but that would be, when I say next, it means not for a long time, and I have a fossil. I think he might like the fossil. Come on, Hugh. Hello. I don't you know, these people need some manners, especially this kid. Yes, take my coin. Sure. Robbing me of all, I should just be, you know, paying him money to make, like, that is essentially what we've come down to. Is he my friend? God darn it, Hugh. Gosh, he is difficult. Well, after I finish him, it's just Marlin, and Marlin is proving to be extremely difficult. I don't know if he gets more difficult in the later years as opposed to the early ones, but he is not accepting a lot of gifts, and he's not a talky guy. Then again, I'm not usually a talky guy. It depends. Gallon, Quiet Winter, what do you think of this?
Ooh.
Hey, good afternoon to you. What's that? A black cracker? I'm not what I was expecting. See, this is why we're gonna go do this now. This is why, like, once you've talked to everyone in the valley and they start repeating themselves after these years, and it gets kind of boring because the dialogue doesn't get, refreshed in any way. Like, this is what you should do for kicks. Like, we're gonna go around the valley and we're gonna go show people random items. Today we're just gonna show them the record. In the future we're gonna show them other tools and other random things that we won't give to them. Though someone will probably ask for this. And if I accidentally say yes to give it to them, I'll have to reset. Hello, hello. That's a record. You don't see many of them lately. No, you really don't. I have a couple records. And I don't have a record. No, we have a record player. Yeah, I have a record player. Somewhere. Not around. Flora. How about, what do you think of Quiet Winter? Good afternoon. I always think it's night when I'm in the... Oh, a record. That's unusual to have here. Yeah, that's a fair point. Like, I like how she's one of the most... I feel like she's one of the more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not random people. Although she started off a little random. I know, maybe I guess it's what she does, right? Is that her profession? You know what I mean? Does she get paid to do that? Do they get paid to do that? Do they make money? You gotta wonder. You gotta have anything, which is... Everyone always looks at that as, like, it's the root of evil, and it is, I mean, more or less the root of evil. Hey, Kate. That's a record. I don't know what it is. Dad had one. Nice. Very, very accurate. Probably what she would say. Waiting for someone to say it's a giant cookie. Probably, if someone were to say such a thing. Here's my guy. Moit. I don't like... Oh! Don't like Quiet Winter, huh? I see how it is. But, the thing about money, and also the thing I was saying about trees, like, forever ago, just by the time we get S and A quality trees, it won't even really matter anymore. I don't even know if I finished my thought on that. That's how tired I am. But that's okay, because this is a pretty relaxing game, and although I'm bound to repeat myself from time to time in it, it's not a big deal, because it's just for fun. And this is... Not a lot of games are this laid back, you know what I mean? Sweet, is that... Oh, see, I knew someone was going to ask for it. I'm sorry, man. And we just... Oh, ... Ooh. Maybe you can show him the shears. Maybe he won't take those. Man, you are one hardcore dude. Eat shears for breakfast, or in our case, dinner. Depending on the time. Like, that's... Like, I eat shears for breakfast. Like, you don't want to mess with that guy. That guy will mess you up. Or has a very unhealthy diet. I mean, I'm not sure you could digest whatever shears are made out of. I don't think doing that enough times will make people unfriend you. And on the off chance it does, I would probably try to friend them again. But I mean, once you've already got their stuff, I mean, that's the end, right? Once you've already given someone something, like, you're friends, and it doesn't matter if you're not friends anymore because you have their stuff. That's how this works. But we'll, the record I thought was going to get better responses. Not that I showed everyone. I will next time we're around show some more people. But we got plenty of items, and we got plenty of time to show things still. But I gotta work on Hugh. He's got to be like 1 or 2 coins away from being my buddy, because I just don't care about Hugh. Not just because he doesn't give me anything, but Hugh, I mean, he's okay. I have no problem with him, but he's not one of my preferred people in the valley. Like, top people are probably like... I mean, actually, it's easier to list the people I don't like. Hugh. Everyone else is interesting in their own way. I mean, it's not that Hugh's bad. I'm ragging on the kid right now. Because he's giving me such a hard time about stuff, being friends, and yada yada. Well, these are looking good at least. The crops are coming along nice. It's nice to not have 3 or 4 rows anymore. That gets pretty annoying to water. But I guess we're gonna kind of wrap this day up today. I know I didn't have a lot going on, but we're friends. We're working on our friendship. The trees are coming in good. The trees are really coming in good. We got the whole patch set up over there, and by the end of next year, we'll really have like a full orchard and have just like crops on the side more or less. And it'll all be S quality crops at that point, I'd imagine. Next time you see me, it'll probably be a little less about farming and a little more about people in the valley. So I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, I'll catch you later.